What's up, everybody? Raddad Cooks here. You know, it's a beautiful day out here in the bay. You know, sometimes people always like to say, oh, well, you know, we pay for the weather. Well, I mean, I would take a rain check here and there, meaning a little bit more money and a day where it rains, because when it's beautiful all the time, you get really spoiled and, you know, find a hard time getting out, especially with this COVID and all that nonsense. But today, we are just about peaking in our citrus fruit season and doing a little bit of research for some recipes. I came up with this Mediterranean couscous salad, and one of the ingredients, and I saw this all over the place on the internet, was preserved lemons. So you basically take some lemons and you pack them in salt in a little mason jar, hit them with some water, and then you let them sit and cure for a certain amount of time. It's a couple days, not refrigerated, and then like 3 weeks refrigerated, something like that. So I figured, hey, we'll give it a shot, you know? I never really went to culinary school or anything like that. I just like to cook as a hobby. So I'm on this culinary journey with y'all as well. I love learning and trying new things. That's what got me out here on this little bike adventure, talking about these Meyers lemons. You can't find them anywhere at the store. And around here, it's kind of silly to pay for citrus because it's everywhere. But I don't Meyer if I grab a few. They look kind of small, but I don't think that they're orange enough to be Meyers. Everything is blooming right now. I'm pretty sure I have a sinus infection. Pretty sure I have a sinus infection or some kind of allergies. You know, I grew up in Florida, and allergy season hits you kind of different times of the year, but I've never had them. Here, beginning of every year, I get them. All right, I think I found some. I need my lemon heads out there, help me. I don't think these are Meyers because the way the leaves look, but I think I might go ahead and I'm gonna use one of my tags, one of my lemon tags on one of these bad boys. And then these are some nice neighbors. Actually, these aren't coming off. Okay, that one came off easy. You don't wanna go yanking them off. Just let them gently kind of fall off, and that'll ensure you have a very ripe lemon on your hand. I think I found some Meyers. What we got here? Oh no, I think these are like, I don't know what these are. These are like some kind of little freaking mandarin oranges or something. Like when I'm out walking, I always see them. Now I'm looking for them, I can never find them. Oh, I think I found some over here. Looks like it's ready. See how it's starting to get a little dull, not as waxy. Comes off the tree real easy. That's ready. One thing you should always keep in mind when you're out poaching your neighbor's trees for citrus fruit is only take what you're gonna use and get the ones that are like really ready to go. Like this bad boy right here probably would have been getting nibbled on by a fruit rat in like another day or so. So be respectful and also get that prim. Yeah, so we just scored a couple good ones on that tree, but I don't think that those were some Meyers. So we're gonna keep going. Meyers has a real smooth skin, and it's a little bit more towards the orange shade than that bright neon yellow that a lot of these ones I've been finding are so far. I was down here with Jet one time, and I want to say I remember there being some fruit trees back here. Big old renovation undertaking right there. Where are these brides? Now we're gonna get some Meyers lemons at. Lemon laser focused. What we got? So those are some big boys. Those are Meyers. Hi. People are super friendly out here. I think I find some Meyers lemons right here, but they're a little bit too close to the house for me. They look like a pretty hip group, but I don't know if they want me picking their lemons when they're that close to the house. The Halloween that Lauren was pregnant, we passed out candy in front of the house and had a good time. And then as soon as it got dark, the crowd definitely changed. So we knew it was time to pack it in and head out, do a little exploring on our own, because Alameda dresses up pretty nice for Halloween. He tracks a lot of the neighborhoods. So it's an interesting mix, but we were coming through this intersection right here and Lauren got egged by some punk teenagers. So she got pretty ticked off, but part of me just kind of laughed because I think back to the crap I used to do when I was a kid, but I just figured I'd share that as we went through. So there's like this nursery here in town. So we're gonna swing through right now and see if we can get the high and low, the 401, on the difference between Meyers and regular lemons. We'll see how friendly and knowledgeable the staff is.
If you want, you can park your bike in the driveway. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
He said if I'd like, I could leave my bike out by the street so someone can take off with it. So of course, always like that. So here's a Meyers lemon tree right here. And this is what they look like. So I think I might have actually got a few Meyers. When we first moved here, Lauren and I bought an orange tree, a lemon tree, and a lime tree. Not damn one of them lasted more than a year. I don't know if we didn't have enough sun where we were at or what, but they're in pots and they got all the nutrients and stuff that they required. So those must have been kumquats we were looking at on that other tree. Now we know what we're looking for. A little bit thinner of a skin. Check out the price on these freaking trees. $495. Fruit tree. That is insane. These are pretty cool. Bunch of different apple trees that are grafted onto one stem. That'd be worth some cheese. Well, the worker was not very friendly, and I didn't really get to see if he was knowledgeable or not. He never even came over to me besides getting mad that I rode a bike in there. But now we kind of got an idea of what these Meyers lemons look like that we're going after. So spin a couple more blocks and see if we can get them. We got a Meyers lemon alert, Meyers lemon alert. We got Meyers at 50 yards ahead, right past the whoop-de-woos. Looks like they got a lot of short people living on this block. Couldn't reach those top ones, but Raddad Cooks got ya. That's the stuff, man. We hit the mother load here. They look beautiful, just like the ones in the nursery. Yeah. Oh, definitely pays to be tall if you're in the lemon poaching game. All right, so I just scored about 8, 10 really nice Meyers lemons off this tree. We're gonna go ahead and skedaddle before we burn up the spot. Just hitting a little scout for next time. A lot of these multi-family units, they got citrus trees just hiding in the back. Those are actually oranges right there. We almost moved in these swanky apartments, but they didn't let dogs. Daisy ruined it for us. But now we got a house, so it's all good. Next time. People don't wait at all around here. They'll just gun their little Ford Ranger out of doing on a bike. Yeah, that last set of double trees was only about a block away from my house. I went the other way, but we ended up scoring some badass Meyers. Hunting for lemons sure can make a fella thirsty. This is a great, really high gravity Saison with peach in it, 8.5% from the fine folks over at Alameda Island. No, this isn't a sponsored thing, just what I'm drinking right now, and damn, it is good. Just got back to the house with our lemon stash from lemon hunting. We got 2 different kinds. I washed them off so we can get ready to make this recipe. So the yellow ones, the more yellow ones we were looking at, those are Eureka Lemons, or what they call a true lemon, kind of I guess what you buy at the grocery store. They have a real bright citrusy scent to them, larger pores, a little bit thicker rind, and they are very, very shiny, bright yellow. Now, the Meyers, which is the ones we were after for this particular recipe, is a little bit orange. You can see they got more of an orange tint to them than yellow. They're thinner skinned, not such big pores, and a little bit less acidic than your Eureka or true lemon. So like I said earlier, I was looking for different recipes and stuff, different side dishes to go along with things that I'm just putting together for the show here, trying to branch out through some different type of cooking methods that I myself haven't done, and some stuff to get you guys exposed and show you how easy it is to actually whip this stuff up at home. An ingredient that I kept coming across for all this Moroccan, Middle Eastern, Indian style food is these preserved lemons. So I figured, what the heck, we'll give them a shot. I knew I had these Meyers in the hood, so now we got a hold of them. Let's go ahead and get these puppies preserved, because it is going to take about 3 weeks until they're at peak perfection for using in our recipes. For equipment, all you really need is a small cutting board, a knife, and a 1 teaspoon measuring spoon, and also a mason jar that we're going to be putting them in to preserve them. We got our lemons right here. I'm just making 1 jar's worth, but I mean, this is the kind of thing where you can multiply it as much as you'd like. And then just some simple sea salt. One other thing we're going to be using is a little bit of water that's been pre-boiled, just so it's sterile. I got that going inside, and we'll bring it out when the time comes. Get the lid off our half-pint mason jar. We're going to start to cut up our Meyers lemons. Now the way we want to cut these is we just want to nip the ends off. And then we're gonna cut them into quarters, but we don't wanna go all the way through them. We only wanna cut them to about here, so that way this last little bit of rind will hold them together in the jar. So you can see we got our lemon cut into 4 different slices here, but it's all still held together. So we're gonna cut them up like this as we go and layer them between some of that sea salt. So we've got our first lemon cut. Crack open our sea salt. Take 1 teaspoon into the bottom of the jar. Now we're gonna take our next lemon and sprinkle 1 teaspoon into it. Then we're gonna take it and we're gonna flip it upside down and stick it in the jar just like that. Top that lemon off with a teaspoon of salt. Get the next lemon ready. As we're putting them in, we're mashing down on them to get a little bit of juice extracted. I think we got enough room for about 1 more in this jar. Don't forget to cap off each layer. Another tablespoon of salt, or teaspoon, excuse me, teaspoon. Some salt in that last one. Salt everywhere. Mash that in there. And then now what we're gonna do is we're gonna top our jar up halfway with some lemon juice. And then the rest of it is gonna be that pre-boiled water we have. Now these lemons that I squeezed for juice, I'm gonna go ahead and pack these in there too, so that way we don't waste them. You can see as I push down, I'm getting more juice out of the lemons that are in there. All right, so I'm back with the pre-boiled water. We're gonna go ahead and add it in there. The particular recipe that I was following said use cool water. This is kind of warm. I didn't have time to let it cool down. We're running a busy shift here, you know. All right, go ahead and pour it in, and it really just took a little bit because we did get a lot of juice out of those lemons. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and put our mason jar lid on. If you've never done this before, this is the lid right here, and this is the ring. You really don't gotta wrench this ring down that hard because you could have a hard time getting it off. We're not processing these in a pressure cooker or anything. This is kind of like what you'd call fresh packed. So I guess back in the old school Moroccan days, they didn't have mason jars. So we're just gonna put this lid on just until it kind of starts to grab, and leave it right there. After this gets a chance to cool down, that lid's gonna suck in, it's gonna seal it up really nice. We're gonna leave these out of the fridge for 3 days, rotating the can, 2 or 3 times a day to get that salt in there. After that 3 days is finished, put them in the fridge for 3 weeks. After 3 weeks, they will be ready to use in your favorite recipe. Speaking of favorite recipes, what are your guys' favorite recipes for these preserved lemons? This is my first time ever finding out about them. I got a few in mind that I will be using them for, but please let me know down in the comments if you guys have any experience with these, or if you've ever preserved lemons or any other fruit for that matter in this fashion with the high acidity fruit and the salt. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Thank you for tuning in, and if you love the content of this video, hit like on the way out. If you're new, become part of the Raddad Cooks ecosystem by subscribing and dinging that notification bell.